welcome to TRACKTS and MES Process Minds 2016. I'm here with Jan-Henrik Dieckert and Jürgen Laskowski. Welcome.
Thank you.
Could you please introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Jan-Henrik Dieckert. I'm with Werum IT Solutions, and I'm leading and heading the sales organization for the EMEA market.
My name is Jürgen Laskowski. I'm director at Werum, leading one of the operational teams. So we are delivering global projects to customers, and I'm also heading the track and trace development part within Werum.
Mm-hmm. So what solutions exactly does Werum offer in these two areas, MES and track and trace?
Mm-hmm. So Werum as a company, we are the leading supplier for manufacturing IT, MIT solutions. By delivering software, services, and content specialized and really focusing on the pharma and biotech industries. And if you look at our offerings, I think there are three main areas: the EBR part, the track and trace part, as well as the manufacturing intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
So since a few years, since this discussion regarding serialization has been coming up, Werum also entered this area. So since 2009, we are working on a track and trace solution. Currently, it's independent of the MES system. Most customers right now are happy to implement serialization and perhaps aggregation as a standalone version. But since we are just working as a software vendor on level 3 environments, our goal for sure is in the near future to ensure that the serialization information and EBR information are combined in one system, because right now you have to comply with the rules to get your serial numbers on the boxes, that's it. But the real benefit later on will start as soon as you can combine reconciliation information, exception information from the track and trace piece with the MES piece, and that's something where we are working towards to make this happen in the very near future.
Yeah, and really offering this as an integrated solution.
Yes. So talking about these serialization standards that you have to meet, how do you help your customers all over the world there to comply with different standards?
That's challenging because it's a moving target still, so the regulations are still developing. So what we Werum are doing also, there's a group founded here a few years ago, Open SCS, Serialization Communication Standards. So Werum is a member of the steering committee, so we are working together with competitors and partners to develop a standard that's independent of the vendor, to make it really interoperable, so that in the end the customer, what is the pharma manufacturer, may decide what level 2 system, what level 3 system, what level 4 system he may use. We just had at Werum in Lüneburg at the beginning of the week the second face-to-face meeting. We did pilot based on OPC UA, the first implementation, and we could successfully connect 7 different systems, sending back and forth serialization information based on the brand new standard that we are trying to develop in this group. And that's in the end what we bring to the customer, because we want to reduce deployment costs and make implementation and maintenance of the system way easier than it is right now.
Yes. And what about the MES area? What are their main troubles for customers, apart from the regulatory part, which is not that much in the foreground there?
Mm-hmm. So I think in general, if you look at the pharmaceutical industry, right, with an increasing cost pressure, increasing compliant requirements, we as a company, we driving projects more sufficient, more cost effective, in making sure that we are, meeting the targets and their requirements quicker, actually much quicker. But also by facing new regulatory requirements such as data integrity, we're taking here a very active and leading part in the community, within the PASX community, but even broader within the industry community, to drive, to understand, also to define standards, and then also rolling that back into our standard product. And here again, we're seeing us as in a leading position to move that forward.
Okay. So you will also moderate a session here at the conference.
Yes, I'm happy to join a round table tomorrow with a colleague from ESP, David. We are talking about global MES programs. So what do we have to do? What is a nice idea about a global MES program, and what is reality? So, and how can you survive in between to make this happen? I think this is a challenging experience. Most customers that we are aware of. You typically start with a small pilot. You have this nice idea of a core system, but discussion already starts, what is a core system? And then as soon as you hit the second site, you are hit by reality, and that's still a challenging part. But I think more and more customers are really willing to move on to that goal, because total cost of ownership for systems, and if you have to be different in each site, that's on the long run not doable. So most customers decide to harmonize their processes, and here we're happy to support with a configurable, and that also has a validation approach that can just be reused on different sites. I think that's key aspects here, and yeah, we will see what is the feedback of the participants on the round table.
So what brings you back here?
It's a great community, because you see a lot of people that we are working together in projects, either on a customer side or on a vendor side, and also the presentation and talks about topics, what others are doing, and get a feedback on ideas, on thoughts, on future developments. I think that's always a great opportunity to get this input and see and think how to incorporate that into our roadmap then.
Yeah, really having a targeted event focusing on MES for pharma and biotech, and having lively discussions, interactive discussions such as roundtable discussions. I think this is very valuable to understand the market, our customer, and the entire industry.
Okay, well, we hope to see you next time here, of course, too.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.